Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a quick video to basically explain my why. Why do I care so much about ACL Rehab? Why did I choose to start the ACL Mastermind Group? And truthfully, the reason is that I've unfortunately torn both my ACLs, and I'm currently still going through my second part of rehab, or second time going through rehab. And then just I've been a PT now for about 5 years now, a little over 5 years, and seeing so many ACLs. And we see a lot of kids come from different facilities, or they're trainers at school. And frankly, the quality of care is still not where it needs to be. We still have college students that come in and tell me that they walk into the training room, grab a piece of paper, walk out, and never even get looked at as far as either their hands on them, having someone put their hands on their knees, or even having someone check their forms. And that's simply just not okay. Like, how is a college student or a high school student supposed to know if their form is good, or if they're even doing the exercises correctly? How do they even know if they're being challenged properly, if they're just being told to follow this simple piece of paper without any thought to the actual progression that goes about? And on top of that, you look at, again, I continuously still talk about this, and I will continue to do so for the rest of my career. But the re-tear rates, right, or second ACL tear rates are still 20-25%. And again, I still feel like no one is really asking the question as to why this is happening. And truthfully, I do feel like a lot of it is due to improper care, whether it's from PTs, ATCs, whoever's in charge of the rehab. Because a lot of times people still treat an ACL tear as if it's just some basic injury, like an ankle sprain. Like, this protocol that's 2 pages long can explain to a new grad that they can explain to a new grad how they can get an ACL from immediate post-op all the way back to return to play. It's a constant battle that I'm going to continue to push, and I continue to want to use my platform to show people about what I believe ACL rehab should look like. And at the end of the day, it really just comes down to proper strengthening, proper education, proper return to sport testing. So much of that really needs to go into play. So that is a big reason about why I started my ACL Mastermind Group in the first place. I want people to have a platform where they can learn. I think back to when I was a new grad and just not really having a lot of direction, no mentorship really, which I feel like is pivotal for the growth of a young clinician. And honestly, for clinicians, regardless of how far out you are, you should always be consistently trying to learn and have people who know more about a certain topic to teach you, right? And that was my whole why about why I started the ACL Mastermind Group in the first place. I wanted to provide this platform where someone who wants to learn more about ACL Rehab can come in and just learn about what ACL Rehab should look like. What do I do right after surgery? What questions should I ask? How do I mobilize the patella? How do I help them get their range of motion back? What do I need to explain to them in order to get their quads and their flexion and their extension going? And then going beyond that, like, how do I load the quads? Okay, what type of compensations do I need to look out for? Okay, and then how do I get them back to jogging? It's not just a 12-week thing. Start back to jogging. There should be and needs to be a thought process behind that. And then beyond that, okay, now they're in the the movement phase. Okay, I need to make sure I understand to start with structured movement, and then go to randomized, and then randomized with multitasking. Right? There needs to be a thought process to all of this, and that's what I try to use my ACL Mastermind Group for, to explain all this from again, from point A, immediate post-op, all the way back to the return to sport process. And then again, to elaborate even further, like, what does return to sport process even look like? How do I know that I'm confidently clearing someone to go back to play? Again, all these things, the full spectrum I cover from point A to all the way back to point B. And I think having the case studies in my mastermind group is super big, because you can see real athletes like having compensations with this exercise or that movement. Okay, what do I do now? How do I address these movement faults, right? And then I show that and explain that. So that's a big reason about my why. It's like I really do want to make a difference in the PT world and the ACL world specifically, and just helping clinicians learn more in order to better treat their athletes, so I can essentially help more athletes out there get better quality of care that they need, so they can decrease these re-tear rates. And my whole goal at the end of the day for my career is that hopefully we can drop these re-tear rates from right now they're 20-25%. Hopefully they can drop down to 5-10%. That'll be amazing in the next 15-20 years. So yeah, that's I just wanted to make this quick video of just kind of explaining my why behind the Mastermind Group. It's just to provide this educational platform where people can learn how to do immediate post-op exercises, quad, hamstring, glute strengthening, calf strengthening, plyometrics, balance, proprioceptive exercises, multitasking, movement exercises, all the way from point A to point B. So yeah, just a quick little rant video about explaining my why, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.